Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night around the world. Welcome to Final Fantasy One Randomizer Spring Tournament. I am one of the commentators, Kaiton619, joined by Dark Moon. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, it's good to be here.
Well, today's matchup is Dengwoo versus Wote. I
Should
know
be
Dengwoo very well. Oh,
good. You're good. Should be a pretty good match. I've watched both of these guys before. They're good at this game.
well, if you don't know any other history of our runners, these are used to be ducklings for the when they were just starting out, but right now they are ready to race each other and hope that Marsh Cave is treating them well.
A couple of solid seasoned pros at this point as the new crop of ducklings comes in.
Yep, and of course, new blood will come in for everything in. So,
So
boy.
Kyton, it looks like we have a couple of rainbow fighter parties going on right now. What is the forced people? Who aren't they allowed to do? What's going on with?
Oh, what are they not allowed to do? Oh, that is unfortunately our favorite running class, the thief, is banned, and while the force class will be the favorable white mage.
So no red pajama party this time around.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, I'm looking forward to this. I know the white mage being forced is a blessing and a curse at the same time, depending upon what the magic is in the shops.
And for the record, everyone, I'm gonna be the guilty party of this one, but I actually spun their seed for this race. So if
So,
anyone wants to blame, just blame everything on me for today.
oh, we're all blaming you this time.
Well, it's not my fault that I'm the one who's the master of the Kaifun seed, so just let me.
So, what are we looking at as far as what they're getting, what they have? I know if I'm not mistaken, the title of this right now is "Take to the High Seas" or "The Open Seas are for us all." So, what's going on?
What do we actually have? We have open canal. We have open bridge already. So we have incentivized the march for those who want or wants to be having a little torture once in a while.
And we have extended open progression, do we not?
Yes, we do, because otherwise we couldn't sail a lot to the other places we need to go to.
So yeah, we're looking right now at the possibility that wherever that ship or that canoe or whatever they're needing is, they could be wandering the whole of the Circle Sea before they find what.
And apparently everyone's gonna do the old school party I usually roll with, which is the Rainbow Mage City.
I this is what I used to play when I played Final Fantasy back in the day. I know there are those people that don't like the Red Mage; they prefer another fighter or something else. But Red Mage has my heart.
Well, this is actually the old school me because this used to be my go-to party until I switched my party up to two black mages and a white mage now. So
I
who
can see that,
knows?
but with the right magic in the right shops, the red mages can be very powerful. The black mages can be very powerful. It's really how it all comes down to the shops, and I mean, depending upon what this seed rolls, we may even see some of them decide keep the white mage, get rid of a couple of the other mages, shift things.
Yeah, but don't forget the red mage could be a curse too because sometimes too much of a good thing is actually a bad thing.
There is that. Level 1 ice followed by the inability to get any of the life spells could be a blessing and the curse at the same.
And right now we're just getting set up, I believe. Still.
Looks like we're having a bit of technical difficulties with the tracker right now. I'm sure Kiyu, who's doing our restreaming, is on it and getting it all set up for him.
Well, while we're waiting for a bit, let's see. I do have some note that Wolfsky used some secret strategies against Dengwoo, so
Yeah, I will admit,
he
of the two players, I know less about Dengwoo than I do about Wote, so I'm not exactly certain what his strategy is.
well, according to Mr. Wote, he plans to do what me and Wilkiosis did on the last race we raced against GR before the spring tour actually began, which is to gamble everything possible.
Hey, I've seen that work on more than one occasion.
But Dengwoo has a little history though. Oh, and the race is about to begin, so 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
Let's see some action here. Dengwoo, of course, making the obvious move into Corneria, although checking the weapons before he goes off to get spells for his rainbow.
Meanwhile, let's see what the spells are for White. Harm 3 is good, but Cure 1? I would not get Cure 1 at all.
Yeah, I'd get Harm 3 there and just pray for some undead coming up soon. Zap's not bad, and Fake can work in certain instances, but not a great first round.
If I was them, I would say I'll just take the Quick and Harm and skedaddle.
Yeah.
And oof, that price on the house though.
Housing market's high this time around, is
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy 10 houses off the bat, to be honest.
No, certainly not. We aren't living in Beverly Hills here right now.
Well, but the armor is pretty decent.
Can't argue with Chain this early in the game. It's good defense for where you're at. Imps aren't going to be causing you too much problem, I say, and then we see something awful probably.
Oh, what are you gonna try to do? The commentators curse on us now?
I know, the second I said it, I was already worried.
And I believe both of them are going straight to Garland right now.
Looks like Dengwoo's doing just a little bit of grinding on the imps, probably wants some money, maybe just a touch of experience. Wote's certainly making a beeline, though, if he can just get away from the imp.
Yeah, but both using Zap instead of the Quake. But it's still, an AoE is an AoE.
AoE insta-death is always an iffy thing. It's some of them are better than others, but there's always that slight chance of gamble.
Well, let's see what TOS will give us. Oh.
Immediate move to Garland from Wote, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's just beelining it while Dengwoo is going to go for the treasure.
I mean, it's iffy one way or the other which move is better right now. That's certainly since we have the experience bonus, I think, off of a certain number of key items. Getting the key items early right now is good, but you're not going to see a huge benefit from it this early in the game until you...
Well, Dengwoo just picked up the silver dagger from one of the treasure chests, so he's going to check the last two, which are a soft potion and 2k gold.
Hey, it's a little bit of spending money for Provoca if you decide to head that way. The spells there are cheap, and that 2k will go pretty...
This is random. We got vanilla loot.
Well, the tail's not vanilla.
But here's the catch, though. Did I mention to forget that every talent is shuffled?
That is entirely true. Just because you had to provoke it doesn't mean it's gonna be provoke.
It would be the worst thing to see if it's like both Provoca is actually on rack, then Elfin becomes like Lupa Lupa land for Lifane.
Oh, that would be rough. Like, it's good to know where it is, but you don't want to see it this early.
I just wonder what they're going to diverge it into because I wonder which path they're going to take. Are they going to take the path to the Dwarf Cave or they're going to take the path to the Matoyo and Provoca vanilla location?
It's hard to tell from Wote since his stream is stuttering just a little bit. I think he's heading off towards Dwarf Cave.
Yeah, and Dengwoo's just picking up a bit more, possibly more a house maybe, just in case for emergency's sake.
It's an interesting move on Wote's part because I don't think I remember seeing him check the chests in Temple of Fiends. So he's just decided to go straight there and figure if there's anything worth it, he'll.
Well, he did pick up something that's worth it in the Dwarf Cave, a flame armor for the fighter. So basically, he has good armor coming in.
Yeah, he's definitely good to the mid game right up until probably through Volcano. Hopefully, he'll get something better by then, just to help him fend off the Fiend.
And Provoca is Melman for this round.
And since he's taken to the pass, it looks like it's probably Zozo Melman. Ooh, that's a nuke right there. That's good to know. Nuke and Quad X. I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to see both at the same level, but that's still nice to have.
And Life 2 as well for level 5 at a good price too.
Yeah, I prioritize that Life 2, skip the Cure 3, and pray you find Cure 4 at one of the other levels.
Oof. Expensive silver bracelets at 7K a pop.
Looks like Dengwoo took his chance at seeing it and then decided to just skip out and go back to Corneria and head the other direction. Ooh, that's a lovely pickup for Wote from Matoya right there, a Sun Sword.
And we know that Sun Sword is the strongest weapon for the fighter until class promotion, unfortunately, unless you get the mass move super early.
It is, and it's with the weapon fixes on, which I think we have right now. Doesn't it do extra damage against Lich?
I believe so, but I'm not entirely sure because I kind of forgot what the weapon fixes are, except for the Vorpal and the Masamune crit rates are different.
I'm sure someone in chat can remind us, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, that because the Sun Sword does do extra damage against the undead, which would include Lich, because it elemental weaknesses and all that, which didn't necessarily work in the original game, but work here in the random.
Yes, indeed, because like you never know when that can come in.
Yep. Of course, obviously, Dengwoo skipping right past Astos' castle since there's no crown to turn in just.
And neither of them have the key.
Astos will just have to wait a little while there. Maybe after March.
Are you actually begging for brothers to go straight to Marsh Cave?
Hey, you know what? Anything that makes this seed lively, I'm hoping for. Like, I don't wish Marsh Cave on myself when I'm playing the game, but I'm not running this seed. They can have all the torture they want.
Oh, and the worst thing was, I just saw ogres with heat.
Those are some warm ogres right there.
You just had to go there, huh, Dark Moon?
Hey, it wasn't the imps. I did not curse them, okay?
Fair enough, fair enough. Wait a minute, did Dengwoo just wiped?
I don't know if he wiped or if he's just... No, he's got the treasure from the one chest. I didn't see it. Chat, if you know, can you let... Oh, ogres have damage poison. That would do it.
Oh.
That explains why he decided to spend the money and buy a house, possibly.
Yeah, so damage poison? No thank you.
Yeah, it's time to get away from those ogres as fast as possible. Dengwoo going back and getting his flame armor again. Still don't think he's picked up that Sun Sword, though. I think that's only that Wote that's got that.
Yeah, Wote's the only one that picked it up so far, so...
So, slight advantage right now to Wote. I mean, it's not game-breaking right now or anything, but definitely it's a slight advantage at the early...
But now must ask the question: what could be Vanilla Elfman? Could it be what I hope is the worst thing possible, or the best thing possible?
To be fair, I don't think either of them have made it all the way over there yet. It looks like they're both wiping left and
Like my seeds, when I spin them, my monsters will have the last laugh, and of course, Geist has the expert, and it's Vanilla Elfland.
well, the elves are happy to be here right now, but oof. Where's that ninja when you need them? Saber is not the best spell to see there as your only good one at level 3.
Well, Fire 2 is not that terrible, but it's not the most damaging spell.
No, you'd want Fire 3 instead if you have to settle for the fires, but considering the fact that's their only real sweeper they can afford right now, that might be good.
Oh, and level 3 exit, so that is not bad for a White Mage.
No, White Mage is working out well there at least. They'll be good. That's actually really well timed considering that they have a incentivized march they have to.
And here comes a hilarity. You can't run from the seed.
Oh, that's rough. I'm actually hoping that they don't have too much torture from the arachnids, because I have run too many seeds where those guys roll with crack or something else, and nothing worse than seeing arachnids in every dungeon you.
Well, you're not the only one, because I got cracked through a ribbon when I was on level 50.
Oh, that's rough. That's just the worst.
Yeah, so the asp for this seed, you cannot run from them at all.
Unrunnable asps. They'll wrap themselves around your leg and you have to fight them. Oh, that is back-to-back unrunnable Ogre Creep fights for Wote there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna be the worst case scenario because we know ogres have damage poison, so potential wipes engaged.
Thankfully, it looks like the Zaps took out the Ogre, so all he has to deal with is that Creep, who doesn't seem too tough right now. Come on, Wote, get to Elfland. Save your game.
Is Woke grinding?
No, it's Dengwoo, I think, that's doing a... Well, no. No, Dengwoo's heading back to Marsh, and... Maybe he was. Maybe he really wanted that fire, too.
Well, you can't blame for the fire too because that price is really good.
No, and again, if you're going into Marsh Cave, Fire 2 is actually a pretty decent one, considering the low health points of many of the monsters and the weakness of many of the undead to it. It's a good spell.
Let's see what level 4 has for our players.
Invis 2 is okay. Wall's pretty nice to have.
I will definitely grab Wall later on for the end game, but now just Invis. Oh, Ice 3 at level 4.
But did he buy Brack? How can you Brack the crack if you don't buy it? Come on.
Are you a fan of the Brack strats?
I actually have become a big fan of all of the insta-kill strats. I will tell you, when I originally played the vanilla version of this game back in the day, I never bought any of the insta-kills, but watching the randomizer and these guys plan and everything else, I have learned the absolute majesty of insta-kill spells. If you can Brack Kraken and not have to deal with it, I say go for it.
Yeah, but too bad, you know what happens in Revisited Topher. You cannot do anything unless you expert it.
Hey, you just pray and you hope for that 3 out of 255, I think.
256, actually, man, not 255.
There's a 256 pep. I was happy I got close. Oh yeah, absolutely. Brack is a good backup if nothing else. You set your people on fighting and stuff, and then you use Brack as a last resort, and sometimes Brack goes through before everything else.
And I believe Wote is about to head to the marsh. Nope, he is Is he grinding? Because I can't tell because his stream is kind of stuttering.
I think they both are. Yeah, though Wote's getting a little bit of a PowerPoint slideshow over here.
Well, confirmed. Wote is going in.
Dengwoo is hot on his heels at this point. I think we're going to be seeing a good marsh exploration. But that is something to note, that because of that Sun Sword, Wote has a slight advantage here. His sword will be doing some good damage against these.
Well, we got the Marsh Cave favorite. We got shadows, but they don't ambush anymore, thank God.
Unfortunately, due to Wote's screen, I didn't see what the first treasure chest was.
Same here, and oh, Dengwoo decided going to the bottom instead of the top marsh.
Oh man, we missed it again.
Yeah.
Someone tell Wote to keep that up a little longer for us.
You know we can't do that, man. Not
No, I know. I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking.
We got gold for the first chest for Dengwoo, but he's getting... Well, scums are not that bad, but you can't hit him physically, unfortunately, unless they're mucks.
Yeah, he's definitely getting slowed down by the number of encounters he's taken back to back. Kiyu making a good point. Wote reset out of the chest that he got up top, so whatever they weren't worth much.
Oh my goodness.
That's not even the incentivized chest. That's just floating around loose.
So basically, the loose items, one of the loose items is the floater. So, incoming canoe, possibly.
Potentially. It does look like Wote's figured out that the first encounter on the encounter chart comes pretty quick, because it seems like he'll power off and reset out of that one, burning off his encounters to get to a
Well, rip, Dengwoo's a black mage, which is practice use, namely, surprisingly.
Yeah, he's just keeping that floor safe.
Well, incoming wizards. Let's see what they got today.
Nothing. He ran from it. Yep, you were right. There's that canoe.
I say we're about to sail the skies, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, we're doing a full walk in the Circle C right here and heading off towards the desert to get that air.
Oh, Dengwoo doing the smart thing, exiting out the market ASAP.
Heck yeah, exit out, save, and just start burning off encounters until you can get to your run. And Wote has at this point his floater and his canoe, although we didn't see him pick it up. We have to assume since he was in the room that he got.
Because right now we got a slideshow for Wote, unfortunately, because we cannot do anything on our end, folks. So bear with us.
Yeah, it is struggling a little.
Well, what do you expect? Twitch is gonna be Twitch, right?
Absolutely. Looks like it was basically just like gold in the rest of the chest, though. So the big winners there were definitely the floater. Marshall's Travel the World Party Pack. Oh, Wote may not be escaping with them.
Well, hello, Sleep Revolution.
Yeah, scum with sleeps. That's sleep spell, not sleep touch.
Well, for the record, there is no sleep touch, unfortunately.
Oh, I did not realize that. I thought there was. Thank you very much.
Oh, I wish there was. I've been so laughing my head off.
Oh, that is something to suggest to the dev team. Then get them to put that.
Well, don't forget, there is not enough room in that game left. Remember?
Oh, just get rid of something else. Then we don't need all the touch effects. Have randomized ones. They randomize everything else at this point. So Dengwoo's going back through and picking up the level 4 spells he wants. Looked like he was thinking for just a second about verifying which ones he wanted and what he wanted to do next before he heads off.
Nah, if I was Dengwoo right now, I would just fly to Cardia Islands. If I'm in his shoes right now, and the weapon shop became useless.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad call. I think go get the airship, quickly hit Crescent since you're there, just to check and see what it is, and if it has like Provoker or something in there, do your exploration of that town, and then head off towards the Cardia Islands and start picking up the free chests. And of course, don't forget to hit Starta to get his. Yes, Kyu, I want a second Medusa script. I want to see everyone in the game have something.
Isn't one Medusa script bad enough?
No, we need more.
And hey, speaking of vanilla, vanilla Crescent Lake.
That it is. So he's gonna be able to check through on the level 6 magic and the various items here, and then get his item from the confused old men wandering in.
Horrible armor over here at Crescent, which is not necessary anymore. And level 6 magic, we got Fog 2 and Heal 2.
And Temper. You know, I love seeing Temper, but I don't necessarily like seeing it that late in the game.
It's only gonna be worth it if it's like maybe you're on your way to Topher.
Yeah, the only other way it's going to really prove is if the fiends are so bad, you're going to have to overlevel your characters a bit and get a bunch of charges anyway. Oh, that's...
Well, Onrak's on board. Not Onrak. Gaia's on board right now for the play.
Gaia is on board. I mean, it's good to get... You're going to say...
Ahead.
You're good.
I just wonder if it's going to be, whatchamacallit, if Gaia is gonna be Gaia.
Yeah, finding it's the important thing right there. But it is good to get the bottle out of the way now, so you know you can go take care of that next step on it later. When you find that town, go do your errands, and then you may never have to go back.
Well, speaking of grinding, we got a troll grind here.
Yeah, it looks like that troll really want to take out that black mage, and red mage along with it. After they just got picked up. I don't think he's danning it because he had the black mage up earlier, but then let it get like back in Crescent Lake. He revived the black mage, but he let it get knocked down again. Now it doesn't seem like he wants him back up. So who knows what's going on with that?
Oh, I think I know what Dengwoo's doing. He's going straight to Sarda.
Yep, that's a good plan. And getting the TNT, so we might be heading back through to the dwarf. If it was me, I'd probably hold off on it, though. I wouldn't go find out what the dwarves have, if it's anything other than vanilla right now, and go do the rest of my exploration just in case you find the key.
Well, don't forget that whatchamacallit, what if the TNT has the key? And Melman is actually Provoca, so easy pirates incoming.
Easy pirates and a good time to pick up the rest. Oh, Fade at level 2.
Well, that's pretty much says that DPS is not an issue anymore.
Not a problem in the least. At this point, the decision I would make is whether or not I even have the Black Mage or not. As Asher points out, that Black Mage might just stay dead. I mean, if it was anyone else like running this seed right here, I could see honestly 2-man strats. Just keep your fighter and your white mage up and say screw it.
Well, let's see what Vicky the Pirate's gonna do. And let's just hope that Dengwoo doesn't forget to talk to the pirates. Thank you.
We got a crown. Now, are the item chains in effect, or is everything broken up?
Crown will activate Astos as usual, but we don't know what you're gonna receive, so the items are just shuffled around.
Okay, so full item chain shuffle then.
Yeah.
Only downside is that life is at the same level as Fade. I know we found life 2 at Melmond, I think, but still, life is nice to have, and it's harsh to get a spell level you're going to be using for.
Well, that proves that the white mage is going to be more deadly important for level 5 anyway.
Oh, absolutely. You're definitely going to want to keep that white mage around. If it was me, I'd do white mage fighter, red mage, and then decide whether or not the red mage stays alive.
Well, here comes Astos. Let's see what Astos gives up.
He is the keymaster.
Well, now it's the hunt for the loot. At this.
No, we got the loot.
No, we. Oh yeah, we did. Never mind then.
Loot came from the Royals at the start. We got the loot and the key at the start. And then we had floater and canoe over in Marsh Cave, and then the old men in the park had the TNT, if I'm not mistaken, and we just found the crown from the pirate.
Yeah, so basically, oh boy. It's just like who gets all their items quick enough.
Yeah, it's finding the last few key items at this point, and then deciding when it's time to start hitting the temples and the caves and so forth, and clearing out the game.
Well, they do need a cube and the chime to get to Tiamat's floor, so.
Did you see anything important there in Astos' treasury?
Nah, it was just Dragon Sword. That's it.
Which they have access to a Sun Sword. They don't need that. Hey, Matoya's gonna get her eye.
Here comes the chain quest of doom.
Light axe, that's not bad. I mean, it's no Sun Sword, but the Harm 2 spell it can cast is useful for certain areas. Oh, and the Defense Sword, that's the one. Yeah, Asher raises a good point. You might not want to do the chain, but considering how many of the key items we've gotten right now, that chain is more than likely going to get Dengwoo up over his up to his 1.5 experience bonus real.
Well, let's see what Cornelia Locked has right now, because Dengwoo's about to check them out. 6 treasure chests incoming.
Ooh, already a ribbon. That is lovely to find.
Hey, a free house. I'm not complaining.
No, and a decent chunk of change. I mean, it doesn't look like Cornelia is incentivized this time around, which I think I remembered from the seat I was in yesterday. But it is nice to get that ribbon. It almost feels incentivized.
Oh, we do have a loser, and that's our second loose item, I believe.
It could be. There's 3 ribbons in the pool, so whether or not that's the loose ribbon or not.
Oh, let's see what Miss Matoya has for us. Please, something decent.
Come on, give her that eye. Let's see what she.
Come on, Chime or Cube. Come on, Chime or Cube, please.
Herb, the chain quest continues. That's a vanilla herb, too.
Is this even randomized? Please, randomizer. Why are you doing this to me now?
I know, but Elfland is right there. It's vanilla Elfland. I'm surprised you didn't just go turn it in and keep getting your key item.
Oh, I know what he's doing. Bottle switch.
I mean, I certainly don't hate the idea of doing the bottle, but you're right there for Elfland. I'd take care of it so I don't forget it if it was.
Well, there is level 7 pass for the Black Mage, if the Black Mage is gonna go back up.
11,000 pro rings. I mean, that's not terrible, but they could be cheap.
Yeah, they could be at least like, what, a couple thousand cheaper, please?
That'd be lovely. But, yep, doing the right thing, putting the pro rings on the fighter and the red mage since the white mage got the, pro rings on the fighter and the white mage since the red mage got the ribbon, balancing it out to try and keep them all alive. Heal pop price isn't too horrible. I've certainly seen it much cheaper, but 42 is acceptable.
But I do like that cabin price, though. That's not terrible either.
No, that's definitely acceptable price with the amount of money he's sitting on. Buy 10 or 20 of those and use it to get yourself around.
I wonder if he's pulling off the Ordeals play, because remember, Ordeals is still incentivized.
I can see that. I could definitely see that.
But let's see what our fairy gives us for releasing her.
The Adamant. Now there's double reason to go back to the Circle C one more.
I'm calling Vanilla Excalibur.
That would be interesting. I mean, with the fighter in the party, that's certainly not something you'd hate to see.
Oh, never mind. Dengwoo's going for the treasure trove right now.
Yeah, this is what you recommended as one of the first moves you'd make, so it's a good thing he's doing it. Gregley, yes, they're both winning right now. I didn't really see much of anything worthwhile in the first of the Cardias.
Oh, I like how Spells app says we are winning because we're not running this seed at all.
Yeah, we don't have to suffer through all that we've seen so far. Although I gotta admit, I don't hate the idea of going into Marsh Cave because I'm forced and then finding a couple of items I need right there. That was pretty nice.
Well, let's see what the second Cardia gave us. Gold. Let's see, come on.
Nothing. Gold, in the soft.
Yeah, I would do the same move as Dengwoo. Reset, go to the next one. Oh!
Yep.
We got class change coming in.
We do. Well, you're right here and you have the tail. You should do it while you have the chance. Don't forget about that. Plus, it's a good idea this early because now the fighter can earn his white magic charges when he starts leveling up and all the...
Oh, and Wote's being bold right now. He's going for the key-locked Toph.
Yeah, he is, and Night Dev says that there was or Night Dew, I'm sorry, my eyes are bad. Night Dew says that there was a ribbon in the key-locked treasure chest, so there was something there that was worth getting. So we've already found 2 of our ribbons. If you find the third one loose, then that is definitely our loose item.
Opal bracelet found for Dengwoo, so that was not bad, Cardia Islands.
No, that was pretty decent. Opal's good to have, and as Kiyu notes, having the knight have his spell levels now means that because Fade is learnable at level 2, your knight can be doing just as much AoE damage as the red mage and the white mage are. That's a triple threat party right there. I'm really questioning whether that black mage is even necessary.
Oh, and the Sleeping Prince gave us the cube.
Got the cube there, and there's also ice armor up in the Elfland Treasury, which is lovely to have. Opal helmet's okay, especially with a changed over knight, but you're really hoping you get a ribbon and don't have to use it. Or, of course, the dragon armor and the Aegis shield.
Well, we don't have, I believe, does Dengwoo have the cube now?
Not certain he's talked to the Elf Prince just yet, but he's in the area, so...
Oh, I know what he's doing. He's gonna get his rest of his spells for level 4.
Oh, absolutely. Level 3 and level 4 get everyone that can use what they need, what they want, and then he's set up to... I mean, it's not a bad plan the way he's doing it by class changing before coming back here and doing the rest of his errands, because, yeah, and that's the way...
Oh no, I don't think Dengwoo spoke to the prince.
I think you're right. I think he missed that, which means he probably hasn't gotten his cube. and the dwarf is a shipbuilder this time.
Well, that means Excalibur's loose.
Excalibur is loose, but it does at least give him one more key item to get towards experience bonus. Wait, he's moving back down. Does he remember he didn't talk to the elf? Looks like he caught it.
I was about to say, Dengwoo, don't make that same mistake like you did.
I've been in a seed where I go and I fight the pirates, and then I forget to talk to Bick afterwards, and then he's sitting on something important, and I'm like just lost for 40 minutes. So I've been there. I understand how.
Oh, by the way, Wote is doing ordeals.
He is. He's working his way through it quickly too.
And sorry for the slideshow presentation on Wote side. It's not our power to like reconfigure it.
Have we seen Warp yet at a level they can cast?
No, we have not. I didn't see it in Melman either. I think it could be at level 8.
Yeah, level 7 or 8, because that's the only thing that's left. Slick Fingers confirming that we haven't seen Warp yet. So yeah, one wrong step here, and you're going to be looping back around through the ordeals once or twice before you fight.
Well, this is cute. Mummies have slow and flash.
I mean, those aren't the worst things you can see, especially if you're planning on just running from them. Flash causes the Dark Stats effect, which really doesn't do much.
Well, let's be real. Dark doesn't do nothing into our party.
I can't even remember what Dark is supposed to do at this point because it's so ineffective.
Well, Dark was supposed to do is basically it's the blind status. So basically, it doesn't do nothing unless you're playing the remakes of it. That's the different story.
Well, what is it supposed to do? Is it supposed to make it harder for you to dodge or something?
It's supposed to make it harder to hit the enemy.
Right, okay. So, yeah.
Accuracy is no issue if you have spell casting.
Certainly not. No, those fades aren't gonna miss.
Oh, I can imagine if you miss a fail, like why?
Saving throws. This is Final Fantasy was basically a D&D clone. Where am I saving?
Oh, do you play 5th edition?
I have not. I tried out some of the 4th edition when it was out, but I was a 2nd and 3rd edition fan.
Well, I've been through every edition, and I actually like 2nd edition, to be honest.
2nd was my fave. That's the one I played the most of. 2nd into the house. Yes, Slick Finger.
You know, I've been trying to get people to, just a little bit off topic. Sorry about this, folks, but I've been trying to get people to join my 2nd edition games once in a while from the community here.
Should definitely post about that in the Discord, which everyone can join if they're following along in the chat. Let's get the Discord link up there.
I like Slick Fingers' answer right now because of it's like roleplay and math homework at the same time. I actually agree.
Thanks, Trenton, for getting those links up. And yeah, it looks like he's Dengwoo's about halfway through the ice cave right now, about to hit the real tough part of there where you've got all the trap tiles and the ice to explore, but his white mage is stoked.
Yeah, I just wonder if you got petrified by the stone spell or you got gaze on.
I didn't see, but I do see him get that pro ring, which, that's nice to have.
Well, at least Dengwoo has a soft potion at least.
Yeah. Could be worse. Smart idea, making sure to check the chest before you drop down, because without warp, you can't do the short. The
scumbag way to get to the incident.
Hey, if they didn't want us to do it, they shouldn't have left it coded in the game.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, man. It's like we call it like the cheapskate move, obviously.
Oh, I know. I absolutely know. You feel dirty when you do it, but you do it every time.
Hey, it's within the game, so abuse the rule, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the designers could have been like, maybe they find a way to get warp. Maybe they shouldn't be able to do this, but they didn't do that, so we're going to use it. Gotta go. I think in some cases, Cube, no one wants to hit Ice Cave once, let alone twice.
Twice if you're doing the black belt strats.
Yeah, if you're gonna go on and hit the trap tile eye grind in there and really power up your black belt, that's one way to do it. But most of the time, you just want to get.
Well, especially with these flags, I say no, thank you, black belt. I'm gonna stick to my knights.
Absolutely. And really, if you're going to do a black belt grind, you're probably better off heading to the volcano and hitting those 2 Agama tiles and doing an Agama grind instead. If for no other reason, then we can list Agama.
Do we have to play the Agama? Do we have to play the Agama facts strat now?
Hey, if they decide to do it, we'll do it. We'll do whatever facts we can for whatever grind they decide.
Oh, don't get me started on the war map facts because I got plenty in the arsenal.
Tasty fried robot chicken.
No, they're not robot chickens. They're robot burgers.
It looks like about the only thing worthwhile in that set of 6 chests there in the ice cave was the opal shield. I haven't seen much else yet.
Yeah, it seems like this time around that room is like, nope, not waste my time for today.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like Zap, the white mage on Dengwoo side is still stoned, so he hasn't even taken care of that soft potion.
It's probably he's just saying, "Oh no, Paratouch wizards."
Ooh, oh, that is not fun. Is Wote still stuck in the ordeal?
I think he just wiped. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I didn't see. I was stuck watching what Dengwoo was getting over here in the ice treasure.
Apparently, Woke got stoned.
Well, no, I think they're talking about keeping the white mage here stoned so that you can unstone them if you do some sort of grind and just exit out with that. So there may be an eye grind in our future.
Let's see how the eyes are right now, because here's the moment of truth, and eyes have Paratouch. Oh, and these are not from the eyes of grind.
This is a beefy eye.
This is like the most beefy I've seen so far, and I say screw the eye grind strats right now.
Absolutely. Usually they're pushovers. You don't want to get stuck here too long. That was 3-4 round. Ruby, Titan might get fed tonight.
Okay, for the Titan's sake, he has a family to feed. Oh! I just realized that Dengwoo is gonna grind on this eye.
He is. Chat, do we have any eye facts?
That one I am not even... I can't even think of one, to be honest. But the only fact...
I've heard the eye is actually nearsighted.
And the only eye fact I have is like in the Japanese version, it's supposed to be the Beholder.
It was actually pretty much a copy straight out of the D&D book, and then they had to change it for here because they didn't want to get sued.
Well, you don't want to get sued for just a name of a monster, period.
Slickfinger's pointing out that the eye is named for its primary feature, its giant eye.
Oh, if you want eye burgers, here's a thick, juicy one for you.
I think I'll pass. Looks like he killed 3 or 4 of them and decided to bail. Just burn off some spell charges and move on. Still trying to decide where to go next, though.
If I was him, I'd say Volcano would be the best bet.
And I mean, I understand banning the white mage in certain instances, but considering the fact that they have fade and access to the life spells, I don't know that I would ban the white mage in this particular.
If it was me, I'd say ban the black mage.
Yes, absolutely. That black wizard is not needed. Looks like we got the Oxyel over at Ordeal, so that's one more key item for Wote there. Gives him access to the water.
Well, it does give him access to Mr. Kraken when he is about to be summoned.
Water cave, ocean temple, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, be glad this is not the PSP random version of it, because the PSP random is a lot worse than this. What we're dealing with.
I'm sure we can get the seeds up to make this one wretched too.
Oh no 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 no! In the PSP randomizers, do you want to deal with a wild team at 1 in Volcano?
That would be amazing. Oh, so Kiyu in the chat giving us our best eye fact yet. In certain locations, you can find the popular Beholder band, the Third Eye Grind, with their hit song, a semi-stunned kind of life tune. Well done, Kiyu.
That cue, I had to give you props for that one. That one is amazing what you just said just now.
That is worth a slow clap right there. Where
If only Steve Irwin was alive, I would so pay for him to say those words.
So it looks like Dengwoo is following on Wote's heels in this particular instance, going through an ordeals, while Wote is going back through and doing the stuff that Dengwoo already did, hitting the Cardia Islands and getting his freebie.
Oof! And Red Gargoyles have a mighty stinger, so poison is not an issue anymore.
Yeah, it did look like Wote was suffering from a bit of poison over and over again, which might be part of the reason why it took him so long.
So we went from Sleep Sleep Revolution to Poison Poison Revolution.
Yes, yes. No one has their trance mixtapes out yet, but we are certainly seeing lots of drugs get passed.
God dang it, Magius, you just had to say the ultimate eye.
Remember, the eyes have it. Yeah.
Good use of the pun, but why it had to be that pun?
I think that was brilliant. That was well done.
Well, Q just one-upped it.
I do see what you did there.
Back to the action, folks. Nightmares are not an issue.
Nightmares are quite the issue. Wow, thunder there, apparently.
Well, you're promoted. You're not gonna have problems with thunder.
That's a fair point, although that Black Mage looks like he did. Ooh, at least one of those red gargoyles took fade to the... Two of them took fades to the face and didn't even...
Can we just call the Red Gargoyles BB Revolution?
Gargoyles suck. I hate them so much. All for a pure potion. That seems worth it.
Oh,
So
I think I know what Dengwoo's. I think I know what Dengwoo's doing now. I just realized it too.
Is he going for the two-man now and keep the white man for later? White mage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart.
He calls it Dengwoo strats. He calls it Dengwoo strats. I beg to differ because Artea was the originator for this one. So sorry, Dengwoo, but copyright infringement for you.
Well, and it's in this particular instance, I can see it. The red mage takes longer to get his charges up, so you can keep that white mage stoned for a little while, let the red mage build up, and they'll still pretty much have equivalent magic charges by the end of it once you bring the white mage back.
What's the vendor have? Oh, it's vanilla vendor. We got the rod in the location.
Rod over at the Oasis. I mean, it's not the vanilla item, but it is the vanilla.
So for those who want to dive at Earth, good luck going to Oasis.
And we've yet to see what the ruby actually tunes into, so it's hard to say if Dengwoo is ahead right now because he has the ruby from the ice cave, or if he's actually behind because Wote's now heading over towards Onrak and checking out the water area.
But question is Wote gonna go straight to the mermaids, or is he gonna go straight to Crack?
Well, there's still also the waterfall to explore. Yep, looks like he's heading into Sea Temple.
question is, which path is this slideshow C for us for temporary? For like what? How many minutes like for slideshow? Like few.
Dengwoo being smart, going over and getting his raw.
Yeah, plus it's free EXP you can't pass up.
So in cue the John Williams music, we've got a pack of sharks over here.
The only thing you need for that is, where's the Star Wars music when we need it?
So while Wote's exploring the sea cave, Dengwoo's going on and checking out water.
He's going to Kraken side, so
He wants to get that.
Really, he wants to get rid
He's
of
trying to
Kraken
burn
immediately.
through the seed at this point, certainly.
Well done, Q. I have to agree with you there.
I mean, Wote's pretty close to go mode at this point. He's still missing his slab and his chime, and he doesn't have the ruby yet. So again, who knows where that ruby is going to lead?
But don't forget, there could be a possible loose chime somewhere.
There absolutely could be. We're not certain whether or not one of those two ribbons we found so far was a loose ribbon or just one of the regular ribbons that's floating out in the main treasure pile.
Well, we're about to find out if it's a loose chime or not, because Dengwoo is actually at the waterfall right now.
Yep, he's trying to get over there to get that key item from the robot and see what goes on.
You know what? I'm gonna give the robot. I don't give robots names, to be honest, because the robot's just. I'm just gonna give you this item instead. Please save us. Like, fine. We'll save you from Tiamat 1.
So right now, Dengwoo definitely has the edge on levels, but that's primarily because he's running a effectively 2 to 3 man party, depending upon when the black mage dies or not. While Wote has all 4 of his guys up, and he is certainly behind a little in level.
Ooh, Spellsap could raise a point though. He doesn't think there might be another loose item because of the ribbons, but
because of the ribbons, it's a possibility.
Yeah, it's like a what? Like a 66% shot that is that's not loose.
There's a good chance we found the loose one at this point. I will agree with you, but until we get confirmation. Well, there's our slab, so that's one more item out of the way.
Well, you know what that means. You got to fly back to Melman.
Well, at this point, we've picked up the rod. That slab is going to lead to an incentivized item over at Lupa Lupa Land. So I think we're in no mode, even unless of course the Lupas have a ribbon. We're probably in no mode at this point, just waiting for the runners to put it together.
You know what? If Lupa Lupa becomes, vanilla time, I'm gonna be like, this is the most vanilla seed I've spun.
I was gonna say we'd have to ask who rolled this, but then we'd know the truth. Yeah, Spellzap, we're still waiting for that confirmation on the ribbon. As soon as we find out what the Lupas have, or we find the 3rd ribbon floating around, then we'll know if we're in no mode. And the second Wote heads to the waterfall, he's in go mode. Assuming that the ribbon is, we've already gotten one, the loose incentivized ones.
Well, let's see what Lupa Lupa will have first before we can actually confirm.
Yeah, Lupas were over at where Provoca is, correct. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, here's the funny thing. Dengwoo just picked up his legendary Fade for his knight.
Yeah, that's something he's definitely going to want since he's been working that night over quite hard.
Did they check the OH stuff? He did. He bought the rod already.
Oh, and from our question from much earlier, now that I can actually go and check some of the chat stuff, Slick Fingers is confirming that the Sun Sword will do extra damage against the.
Oof, and Kraken's not giving up that easily.
Laying into those mages right there. He saw them and he wanted them 1 and 2 and down. That's 3 mages for Kraken. It's just whole day and pray at this point. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's doing much damage against Kraken there with that Sun Sword. Decent hit at 2 hits for 78 damage, but most of them are not going. But it looks like Kraken's missing him.
I wonder if he got the Invis 2 stocks out while we're... Oh, there we go.
I think he did, but he managed to take him down, and he got 2 nice levels for that fighter right there, as well as a lit orb. So at 55 minutes and 5 seconds, Wote is the first one on the board with a killed Kraken.
And question in chat, what was Kraken using against the older fighter? Yeah, it was just 100 hand slap happy.
Yeah, he was just beating him down. Gregory, to answer your question, he's been running a stoned white mage for a while right now. We're assuming that he's just going to do that until Temple of Fiends and then bring the white mage back at that point as.
And we got the infectious one, Bucleosis, in the chat right now.
Hey there, Will. So yeah, Dengwoo heading over to turn in his item at the Lupa Lupa land now. Did he get his slab translated? Yes, he did. He has vanilla chime. Okay, let's ask it. Who rolled this?
I'm sorry, guys. This is the most vanilla I've seen so far, so it's my fault. It's a Kaifu.
Hey, when you get your white mage stoned pretty early, that at least means that you can run 3-man strats and bring them back anytime you want. It's a nice way to run it.
So pretty much right now, Wote is about to hit go mode once he goes straight to Lupa Lupa.
Absolutely. So I could probably do a partial rundown at this point about what we had. The Royals had the tail and the loot. So loot is already taken care of from the very beginning of the game. Moving around on the map right there, we found a Sunstorm over at Matoya and then Lupa Lupa Land over at Provoca. Elfland was vanilla. Down in the Marsh Cave, which was incentivized, we had both the floater and the canoe, allowing us to explore around the Circle C at that point and get ourselves our air ship. Moving on from there, and now I'm starting to get lost. I should have written some of this down. Do you have the rest of this? Nope.
Well,
okay. If I'm not mistaken, the old men had the TNT, and then TNT turned into crap. I've forgotten at this point.
Key.
Key turned into the key. Nice.
I believe
didn't
so.
have anything incentivized in Corneria. I remember that, unless it was the ribbon. I think that ribbon was.
Well, wait. Slick Fingers is giving us the rundown a little bit.
Pirates
okay,
had the crown.
I'll do this.
Yep. Pirates had the crown.
Sorry, I had to hit the team.
Latoya had the herb. Smith had the ship once you could turn the adamant into him, and I think adamant came from the ferry.
Bender had rod. Astos had the key.
Astos had the key. There it was.
Robot had the slab.
That's what we just recently saw, and Bottle came from somewhere. I'm not remembering where Bottle was.
Bottle was kind of loose. LaFane had the chime, of course.
Yeah. We just saw Vanilla Chime right there.
Marsh had flat floater and canoe,
Oh,
and
Sarda
Sage
who
is
had the TNT, and it was the old confused old man in the park who had the bottle. Nicely done,
sorry.
Tracker. Thank you,
Ah,
Slick Fingers.
yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's just like, things happen.
I thought we were writing some of this down, and then I realized I completely forgot to, so I'm going to take the blame for that one. That's fine. Tracker was on it, though. Yeah, both the floater and the canoe were in marsh, so that marsh was loaded.
And Ruby was bad.
Yeah, Ruby didn't
might
seem to
be-
lead anything this time. I mean, we haven't checked it, so we don't know if maybe the Mazda or something's hiding there, but
Well,
looks like,
here comes Blue D.
yeah, it looks like Dengwoo's already crushing his way through the Sky Cave at this point. The bottom half.
Oh, and Dengwoo's in go mode right now. It's just, I don't know what he's gonna do for weapons. Because I do see it. Is that Excalibur?
No, I think he's still rocking the Sun Sword and the Defense Sword.
Yeah, Q's confirming his defense sword. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't seen Vorpal, we haven't seen Mazda, we haven't seen Excalibur yet. So, and Excalibur's out there loose and floating because of the fact that the dwarf was a ship maker this week.
And Ribbon was the incentive loose item, so possible no Masa.
Is it?
Let me double check the facts. Give me a sec, man. While you take over commentary for a few.
I can't do that. Yeah, the Gurmedusas are not unrunnable. Dengwoo just wants that sweet, sweet experience points. Looks like he's still checking treasures though, so there it is, right there, and that chest right there was the Excalibur. So, personally, I would be surprised if he keeps searching chests.
Confirmed. Masa's not incentivized at all.
But it can still be floating out there just randomly, right?
Yeah, but the odds of it is pretty slim.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, I wouldn't go searching around for it at this point, not when you have Excalibur sitting there in the Sky Cave. First floor of Sky Cave, no less. Speaking of IFAX.
Are we gonna go through the IFAX again?
No. That wasn't a grind. We're not gonna do it unless there's a grind of.
Oh yeah, Chad was killing it with the IFAX.
They were. I'm sad that we're not getting more, but rules are rules. And while we've been watching Dengwoo going through the Sky Cave, Wote's checking out Earth right.
He's putting the old school Azar strat.
I mean, when you're in go mode, and I think Wote knows what's going on at this point. I think he's assuming that the ribbons he got, one of those was a loose incentivized, and he's good to go at this point. Earth Cave isn't the fastest cave to do. Wait, no, he's still checking chests. Maybe he's doing what Dengwoo did and looking for a sword.
Yeah, but we know Excalibur's that sky.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. And when you're only rocking a defense sword for your damage dealer, you kind of want something better. Could find a Vorpal, which I know some people aren't a fan of, but when you don't have anything better than that, Vorpal's...
Well, speaking of questions, one of our community members, Forzondo, said, wait, Wote's in this tournament? Yes, indeed, he was. This is a surprise mystery entrant during the bracket read.
Oh, there goes the fighter down to a man cat.
That was a
Dengwoo's
death touch.
fighter has hit the ground.
That was a death touch one. Like I said, everyone, my monsters will get the last laugh. Dark Road, do you see what Wilkios has just said in chat?
I do. I know there are people who are fans of it, and I'm not saying the Vorpal is bad. I'm neither team for nor team against, but I will also be like, hey, if I have the Masamune or the Excalibur, I'm probably putting that Vorpal on one of my other guys, or gently setting it down to corner and using every other.
Oh, by the way, we're about to approach the Bridge of Destiny.
We are. Get your War Mat hype out, guys. War
What?
Mech, War Mech, War.
Well, where, and say hello to the vampire, everyone.
And say goodbye to the vampire. Come on, Spicy Chicken, show up.
I didn't see what Woke got because of slideshow issues, so we don't know
Yeah,
what
it's hard
he
to
got.
tell with him right now. We've been struggling with that for most of the game.
Yeah,
But it does
sorry.
look like Dengwoo pretty much decided to just go burn through the rest of Sky once he got his Excalibur. He's pretty much done with.
But does he have the dragon armor though?
I don't think so. I think he may be settling for the opals and the ice that he got, and he's just going to work.
Wrigley, no. Never say those 3 words in the same sentence. Thank you very much.
Vorpal black belt. No one wants to see that. No one. I mean, to be fair, like at a certain point, once your black belt's a high enough level, any sword in his hand is just not worth it.
Wolt has actually found Masa.
There it is, Masa and Earth Cave. So, yeah, I think they're pretty much on even footing right now as far as what they've got in their equipment. And Wote is certainly up by 1 crystal. So right now, considering the fact that he blinking you miss it, Dengwoo took out Tiamat, and Wote's about to be at Lich. I'm going to give the edge slightly to Wote right now.
Yeah, especially with that sword in his hands right now. Who
Oh,
knows
absolutely.
how long will it take him for him to catch up to Dengwoo right now?
If he stops checking treasure chests, no time at all.
Like I said, like the thing when Wolt was hanging out with me in the Discord earlier, he told me he will gamble, and his gamblings are actually paying off dividends right now.
Huge right now. Gregory Puff pointing out in chat that it was the bracking of the Tiamat that took care of the day there. Gregory, probably Wote has less levels because Dengwoo has been switching between 2 and 3 man strats, but with what he has and the spells he has and everything else, I'm not certain that the lower level is going to matter too much. Really just boils down to what Temple of Fiends is going to look like.
Well, speaking of Mighty Kraken, we gotta get revisiting my Kraken suit right now because Dengwoo is about to hit the Sea Shrine.
We do. Yeah, as Kiyu pointing out, black belts can't equip pretty much anything except for the Masamune, and there's absolutely no reason to destroy the Vorpal unless you're just feeling. Or, sorry, there's no reason to destroy the Vorpal unless you're feeling spiteful.
Well, here's the thing, man, because remember, black belts can't equip the Masamune, so it's the Master, but what will be the point when you have like a level 50 black belt that can just say, I will just one punch everything to death?
And chucks. As Gregory points out, they can also equip nunchucks. But yeah, you're right. Once the black belt is up a certain level, even the Masamune isn't as good as their bare fists.
In my opinion, maybe at level 38 as a master, I can still carry the Masa, but once it gets to like 42, forget it. I'm taking it off completely.
I'll usually strip it off them once they hit 32, because by that point, I'm just going to trust in their fist. So Wote is still checking for items here. I'm wondering if he doesn't realize that the chime is over at Lupaland.
I wonder if he's gambling this lab is not going to be worth it.
Might be. Might be that, or he's really trying to find that Aegis and Dragon, because as you noted earlier, we still haven't found them.
if Wote actually finds the Dragon Shield or the not Dragon Shield, the Dragon or the Aegis Shield in Volcano, that means he's pretty much GG ready to go on everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Once he gets his bits of armor, I would assume he's in go mode, but they're still checking chests, so while they're effectively in go mode, they're... Exactly, Falconic. You're in go mode, Wote. Just go for it. Don't worry about that armor unless you get really crushed in Temple.
Well, this is the thing I didn't warn about Wote, that there is a certain limit of gambling. And this is proving one of those reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, Dengwoo too, though, is still checking at least the greed.
Well, Dengwoo does have the Aegis Shield, so he's fine. You know what? I was not paying attention to Dengwoo's stream when he was in the Sky Palace, were you?
No, I mean, but to be fair, we got two different streams to pay attention to, and they've both been doing really interesting stuff. But yeah, Prototype Axel confirming that Aegis was in the Sky Cave, and our tracker Slick Fingers confirming as well. They do have at least flame armor. I think one of them, at least one of them also picked up the ice armor, so they're at least decently well equipped in comparison to even steel, because they get the elemental effect bonus. Well, taking out a loose Agama there, and it doesn't seem like Agamas are all that tough at all.
Well, he could have grinded on Agamas. We could have some Agama effects going, but we're not having it.
Well, we're not quite there yet.
I saw white shirt. Did you?
Yeah, I saw them equipping it, so... Looks like white shirt and Volcanoes confirmed was in the Dwarf Treasury. Agamas don't seem to be punching all that hard.
Gregory Post saying, too bad Dengwoo will find Mouse. I was like, what's the point of having Mouse if you have Excalibur? It's good enough already.
I mean, it's arguable. If he wants to just run a single warrior getting beefed up with tempers or power bonk, if he finds it, that's one thing. And that's a question: is I don't think we've seen power bonk yet. So if they don't have the power glove, they may keep.
Well, there's also that chance that power bonk is not even in the game this time around.
Is that possible?
Yeah, because I checked the incentive items right now. Only the tail and the ribbon were incentivized, along with the other quest items.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Excalibur in a pinch, and I'll take Mazza in a pinch. I'm not going to fight either of them. If I have both, I'll start distributing them among my party and using both of them.
Oh, basically, Falcon just answered my question. Power is guaranteed to be in the chest somewhere, so it's loose somewhere.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I assumed it's out there, but it's now a question of whether or not they're going to find it. I mean, at the rate Wote's going, he might. Although, did he check Red Dragon chest, or did he skip?
I think he skipped it completely.
So he might be heading into go mode at this point.
Yeah, especially when you have Masa and you have like Temper and Fast with the Black Wizard, you're pretty much saying you don't need a glove at all.
I mean, yeah, they've got enough spell charges between Saber and Temper at this point and Fast that it's not necessary to it, but the Power Glove is certainly helpful if you find it.
Oh, we just found out a very interesting fact from Falconic. Thank you. Power Gauntlet will be vanilla location.
I think it's just vanilla casting as far as what it does.
Oh yeah, true. My bad.
Yeah. No, it's fine. There's a lot to keep track of.
Oh, we didn't see any power bonks at all, did you?
I haven't seen any.
I bet you Top Morris was not worth it because Top March they didn't have it. Oh wait, I just realized something. No one has gone back to March locked.
No, they have not. So there's a possibility that one of the good items is in there. And yeah, I think we're all in agreement that one of the loose items was the ribbon. So the two loose were the ribbon and the floater, if I'm not mistaken.
Floater. Yeah, it was Floater. Floater was loose in March along with the rib.
Yep. Yeah, the Marsh incentive was Canoe. So Marsh Cave was stacked. Like, I hate going there, and I would have been happy to see both of those. Dang, it's just staring through Earth Cave.
But here's the funny thing, though. Dengwoo is behind Wote still. Because look like yeah, Wote is pretty much in the lead, but in levels-wise, Dengwoo has the edge.
And there it is in Sky Cave 1. We see the Aegis shield that we were just talking about.
You know Dengwoo's not gonna... You know Wote's not gonna skip that Aegis shield for no reason.
Oh, no, not if you can get... Yeah, Wote is up 1 crystal right now, but it's pretty close at this point, because Dengwoo is definitely in go mode, and Wote's still checking.
Probably just looking for that infamous dragon armor.
I mean, I can't necessarily blame him, but at this point, you gotta hustle. You know you're a person you're running against has got to be in go mode as well, because this seed fell together really quick. I mean, what was it, like a 50-minute go?
Well, the thing is, Wote is making one mistake right now, which is letting Dengwoo catch up to him.
He absolutely is. I mean, I don't know if he feels like he's behind and he needs to try and get good armor so he can make it through Temple of Fiends, banking on Dengwoo taking a wipe, or if he's just being overly cautious. But this is some slow play.
And this is, if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't gamble anymore. And I would just say, just go straight to Tiamat and get it over with.
Yeah, he did seem to skip the second floor treasury, though, so maybe he's finally stopping checking chests.
Question in chat, looking at Wote's quote, shouldn't he be going? He is in go mode, but problem is, he might be playing the cautious game, which is kind of costing him right now. So
yeah, he could be looking for Dragon or Power Gauntlet or just about anything that he thinks he needs. But he's been checking chests on and off, and it's slow.
This is like the only gamble I would not do. Is like definitely be play a cautious mode. I'll say screw it. I'm going all out.
Oh yeah, no, I would put my foot down on the gas and I would go and beat myself against Temple of Fiends 2 or 3 times before I'm going back and starting to check for all these things, because you know your competitor has got to be in a similar position, just flooring at this point. None of the items were hard to find. Nothing was in a bad place. This seed fell together, and it really is just a quick go mode and get out.
Oh wow! And Dengwoo doing the Quake strats on Lich and actually got it off in time. So right now Dengwoo has 3 orbs right now. Earth's been lit. So
yeah, chat's pointing out that it's. Oh, you're gonna say I'm.
Yeah, I was about to say, Dengwoo's levels are kind of low compared to...
They're both kind of low at this point, to be honest, because Dengwoo hasn't been fighting too many of the things, and he's been flooring it, which he should be. But it's a concern nonetheless, especially when you consider that his White Mage has been stoned this whole time, and that's basically a whole set of Fade charges he really doesn't have access to if he ever unstones that. Not that it looks like he cares. He's burning rubber right to get to care.
Meanwhile, Wote actually found a Pro Cape, so he's pretty much armor resistant already, good to go.
I mean, it's useful. Certainly is useful, but I have to agree with Chad at this point. I think I would say that Dengwoo is technically in the lead now because he's flooring it through this. That might have been a quick level check there. Maybe he's thinking about a quick Agama grind.
Well,
Wote is
Dengwoo's...
certainly. You're gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Wote is certainly continuing to take fights though, so he's definitely using this as an excuse to get some levels while he checks for better.
Question in chat: is both sides lagging? It kind of is right now because his stream is becoming Twitch as usual.
Yeah, we've been suffering through slight slideshow presentations from him once in a while throughout the seeds.
Well, Vote is taking one last yum, and he's going spider style chest checking.
Looks like Dengwoo is burning off some of his characters, and he's prepping for an all-out Agama.
You know what that means, folks. Here comes Agama facts.
Oh, I was gonna ask for those. I want to be some of those Agama facts.
Because I got plenty on Agamas. Do you realize that Agama was actually the original state for T?
In the original Latin, Agama actually means easily disposed of.
Whoa, wait. Let's see what the 4 chests contain here.
I didn't see it. It was slideshowed on me.
I saw some gold. That's it.
Yeah, as Wilcleosis is pointing out, because of the Agama grind here from Dengwoo, Wote is actually picking up speed and going to pass Dengwoo.
But there is a slight chance that Dengwoo could catch back up because 1, he's grinding, and 2, I wouldn't be surprised if he... Yeah, because, like, I wouldn't count Dengwoo... Oh, I think I know what Dengwoo's gonna do. Remember solo black belt threats, Darkmoon? I think we're gonna get some
yeah, that's what we were talking about. Bring that white mage back in a little bit, and then you got two people to get out one way.
No, he's gonna grind the knight up.
Oh, yeah. Grind the knight up, and then afterwards bring that white mage back so you can exit out with your levels and not worry about Carrie smacking you and losing all that. Check this out. It's debatable, really, I think, at this point, whether this grind is better than others, because, I mean, his fighter's definitely going to get a lot of levels off of this, but the rest of his people aren't. And how much those other mages could matter to him is the question. The Agama is good for the fighter on a single solo party, but you might be better off with gas dragons or something else in the Topher once you're there.
Well, speaking of Bridge of Destiny, Wote is in the bridge, and to answer a question for Wilcleosis, Masamune was in the Earth Cave.
Yeah, Mazel was something that Dengwoo missed because Dengwoo burned through Earth, and Wote's been checking at every chest. Wote wisely taking all the levels he can get, though, while he's here on the Bridge of Destiny, since the encounter rate here is so much higher than it is anywhere else.
Well, the question is, will we get the War Mech of Destiny?
I'm hoping. And from the looks of it, if he's been fighting everything else, he'll fight it.
Yeah, because if Wote gets the War Mech, that means he could possibly go back higher than anyone else.
Oh, wop wop, no War Mech, but we get Tiamat now over on Wote's side.
For that Shin, I will actually kind of agree to a extent.
It looks like while we're doing Tiamat right now, Wote's taking his time, buffing things up, getting his party in a good position so he can take on this fight. Meanwhile, Dengwoo was hitting carry, so we're basically getting last two fiends for our players on both sides. It is tightening right.
Well,
Basically,
Tiamat down for Wote. Wote's heading to hello, Topher, incoming.
Looks like Tiamat was Bane specifically.
You can't refuse a good Bane to Tiamat.
Absolutely not. That's the best way to do it if you can pull it off. And she's actually weak to it, isn't she?
Yeah, it puts a higher chance as Tiamat 1, but Tiamat 2, there's like you got extra your way through.
Oh yeah, the Topher versions of the bosses are basically completely different here.
Well, all 4 orbs lit. You know what that means, everyone. Topher, here we go.
They are both in full Topher mode at this point. It's just a matter of who gets there first.
And whose RNG's better.
Flickfinger's pointing out that's a 3 in 256 chance for Tiamat 2 to get baned, or I think most of the insta-kill spells. But it's a 30% chance for Bane to work on Tiamat.
Yeah, 30% for sure on the Tiamat 1, but Tiamat 2, 3 out of 256, I will try to get rid of the resistance first before attempting the insta-kill, because the resistances are really high.
Yeah, in this particular seed, you'd be looking at like a level 6 expert to try and pull that.
Oh, I know what Dengwoo is doing. He's burning off encounters, and here we go. In an hour and 25 minutes.
Yep, 125 and what, like
50 seconds. He's in the Topher.
He's in it and immediately smacked by some bad men.
This what killed me in my own seed last time. Unrunnable Badman with a level 50 Black Wizard solo.
That hurts. Wote is still going around and checking shops and so forth, getting himself prepared. So he's losing some time here against. Phantom is down though over on Dengwoo.
Well, run validate because he did do the validation check.
So even if whatever else happens, Dengwoo wins the race in our heart. So far, Topher doesn't seem all that bad yet.
Well, let's see how our mighty fiends are gonna play out this time around.
Oh yeah, are we gonna have a gatekeeper or not?
Or worst. Chaos could be the worst.
No. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Chaos himself. Because we have not seen anything dangerous yet.
Chitin, do you know how high the bosses can scale here in this version?
Pulling up the website right now. Give me a few seconds.
Looks like Wote is burning off his encounters, and he's just shy of 2 minutes by, maybe a minute and a half. That's the difference between these two runners. Wilkleos is confirming 222 max, so bosses can scale their various stats up to 220%.
Oh, I like this strat of Dengwoo right now. Baiting the GR Medusa, so that's still plenty of experience.
Oh, that's a lovely amount of experience right there.
Well, let's see if we have to respect Lich or we can disrespect him.
I would call that some disrespect. Lich falls right into the crack with a quick quake.
Well, Lich is so easy then for that one. Let's see how Carry 2, because we know Carry 2 can be a pain in the neck.
Yep. Chad is pointing out that it looks like they're on the same encounter path right now, so what we're seeing for Dengwoo is what we're going to see for Wote. So it's all going to come down to the fiends at this point. We're at carry right now with Dengwoo buffing himself up while he's trying to quake carry. I don't know what the stats are there on actually getting Quake to hit on carry, but it's certainly a wise idea to defense sword your fighter while you're waiting on the rest of it.
If it was me, I just say just DPS, man.
Well, he's doing a bit of both. He's got the fighter going, and fighter's doing pretty decent damage right now. But it's 4 Quakes in, and it looks like the Black Mage may have switched to Nuke while the Red Mage is casting out Fade. So we are on DPS. All of you hoping for a Quake carry 2. Oh, wait, we're getting another shot at it after she took out the Black Mage. And carry is down. Carry 2.
Okay, so carry 2 is not an issue, so...
Looks like it's a 6% chance to Quake her, so he was better off doing DPS there, but you gotta go for the meat.
But here's the real big problem. How's Kraken Honda 2 gonna prevail today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're waiting for the Master of Arms to come in here and smack around some of those.
Cat 4, I will beg to differ on the meme strats.
You always have to meme. You never know if you're going to win. I mean, we just had a race recently where one of the runners, what was it, racked or baned on Chaos and managed to get through his defense after, I think, exferring him first, and that did the trick right there. So you never know when your memes are going to win.
Yeah, meme strats are viable, but even though they're a low percentage chance even with the extra strats involved,
oh! Won't seeing it, but Dengwoo missed it. Lich had some nuke, so maybe the disrespect wasn't really there at all.
Oh, that's what I was warning everyone. It's RNG on the feed.
That's useful information for Wote to know, even though it's debatable whether or not it's going to come into play here at the end. But
oh, and Greg just pointed out recently that we do have Glance Waters.
Yep, that's Waters with Glance, so that's not fun. Chat is asking who bracked the Chaos in the most recent race.
I believe it was Falcon. I think it was Falconic.
Well, Falc's in chat. He can confirm. We're approaching up to the Master of Arms right here. Kraken is just a few steps away.
If only I can cue the freaking Street Fighter Honda theme right now. Yep, Falcon confirmed that he did the Brack strap.
Nice. Exfer and then Brack and Chaos went down. Right now we're looking at Kraken right here, and it looks like Dengwoo is sticking to his plan. He's getting his party buffed up, getting everything ready. Kraken comes in with a Bane, takes out the mages, and it's just an Invis 2 cast, and whatever the fighter...
Well, Fire queued up defense, so that's a good thing.
That is good. It's got a Temper cast, and then, maybe, or a Breath. I missed which one it was. Looks like he missed which one it was, too.
Ooh, fast and temper on the knight right now, and oh, Paratouch Kraken too.
Oof, that is not fun.
I warned everyone on this on my seed spitting. My monsters will have the last laugh.
Oh yeah, he's doing good damage though against Kraken at this point. That was 4 hits for 430. It's just the fighter at this point, but it looks like Kraken's missing now. So with Red Mage down, fighter's going to have to carry this. It's hold A and win. 3 hits for 379 versus Kraken. Another 2 hits for 195. Kraken misses. And Kraken is down with another hit for 182. So Kraken certainly felt like a bit of a gatekeeper, but thankfully the fighter has a couple charges of life there, so he can bring parts of his party back and get them healed up for the next round against Tiamat.
Let's see how my dragon goes this time around.
Oh, and Wote's all not that far behind. While I was watching that Kraken fight, Wote burned through carry, so he's going to get to see the Master of Arms.
Well, according to chat, everyone says high Bay Kraken as well, so we'll need to let that Masmin hit hard.
That does certainly explain why he was buffing up his fighter so much. You got to make sure you can get in there with your a zap and a fade cast are first through our slideshow. We got the fighter defensing up, and then there it is. That Bane comes out and only
Black
takes out
Wizard.
one of the mages on this side. Meanwhile, Tiamat's over here. Assume Dengwoo's doing his yep, he got some buffing going on, and then a nuke queued up from his red mage. Kraken comes out with a fire 3 over on Wote, while the nuke pops out against Tiamat, doing some damage. Tiamat blasts that white mage, knocking them down to the ground.
826 damage from Tiamat. Tiamat's not playing anymore.
That was rough. Tiamat was like, no, you are laying down. Looks like Dengwoo is still buffing up over on his side, while the party on Wote's doing their work, trying to get through Kraken, who's just throwing out minor spells and not doing any damage this time around. Fade coming out against Tiamat, and then another 10 hits from the fighter for 411. Tiamat blasts back with just a Lit 2, so that's nothing. Lit 2's on both sides. Up, Tiamat is down over on Dengwoo's side.
Well, survey says, let's see what Master Chaos has in store.
Looks like Wote may have misclicked over there on his end. He cast a harm 3 against Kraken, which obviously won't work because Kraken is not a...
If only Kraken 2 was undead.
Sadly, there's no way to apply the undead status to any of your enemies. Otherwise, that would be a fantastic strategy in this game.
Well, here comes... Oh. But here's the question. The Knight has no more fate charges or life, so DPS might be your best friend at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, the life wouldn't have mattered so much because all of his party is up, but he's definitely going to want to buff up and try and get through and pray that Chaos doesn't have something nasty, because all we've really seen is one nuke on Lich, and then most of everyone else has been getting their damage from their hits. Meanwhile, Wote is over at Tiamat getting ready for his fight. Get a white shirt, get his party buffed up, while Dengwoo approaches Chaos for the final fight.
Well, let's see what RNG blessed for Chaos is this time.
Did I just see Dengwoo queue up a Wizard Staff hit? Well, I don't know if it matters, because it looks like the white mage that had it is down anyway. Got his buffing going out, got an Invis 2 round, and a defense sword on the fighter, plus a fast cast.
Yeah, but it seems like
Ooh, Chaos is weak right now. 7 hits for 282. I mean, you may want to, yeah, and he is. He's buffing his fighter some more, but already he's taking the hits and letting it plow right through him. Although he blasted the red mage pretty good, but red mage is still up with 44 health. Another temper cast on the fighter right there. Chaos comes barreling out with a blizzard, taking out that red mage. Fighter hits for only 3 hits for 62 damage. Another temper cast right there. Queuing up a nuke, and then Chaos missing, so that's a free turn right there. Nuke does 272 damage, and the fighter then comes back with 6 hits for, I think I saw 595. Another nuke cast from the Black Mage, 141 damage, and a nuclear coming out. Doesn't seem to knock anyone down, but Black Mage is on his knees.
Yep.
Fighter blasts again, 7 hits for 460, with the nuke following up with 332 damage. Blaze takes out the Black Mage, but Chaos has got to be pretty close at this point. 4 hits for 2 something. Oh, yeah. And that's it right there. 7 hits for 842, and at 1 hour and 38 minutes, unofficially, we can say that Chaos is down. Well, I'll get the official...
Get your GGs out, everyone. I'll see if I can pull Dengwoo into the chat. We are joined by Dengwoo, GG.
GG.
Good job, Dang. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
So what'd you think of this seed?
I mean, it was, well, the early Peninsula power grind probably would have been a little bit better with Harm 3 instead of grinding off of Elflin. But beyond that, it wasn't too bad, actually.
We were all amazed by that marsh cave right there with those two great.
Yeah, basically I gave you a free march, Dengwoo.
I appreciate it. Let me tell you, because I went in with, 2 heal potions?
It was pretty sketchy there for a little while.
It was all part of the plan. All part of the plan.
Sorry. Wait. Time out, guys. We have to give... Wait, Wote is on the battle right now. Sorry about that. And, Bane Strat's coming in. And Nuker just came out.
Yeah, we saw that from Chaos earlier on the other side. It looks like, for the most part, Wote's been trying to get his party buff, but he's right now because of that nuclear, right?
Just got blazed.
Yeah, he's got enough defense charges, though. It's a good possibility he can survive this. It's
he wouldn't. And Blizzard said deny everything.
Yeah, that's harsh. But it looks like Wote's a champion. He's gonna go in there and try it again. Oh, chat's pointing out that we didn't have a ribbon on the knight.
Why didn't you put it on the knight, Wote? Why?
So while he's going back in for another round, Dang, what were your thoughts? Did you have anything that you liked or didn't like about this seed? What was going on with that?
Well, I got the lucky glance or something like that on my white mage. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to free 3-man. And so I did that.
So was that intentional? Was that something you were thinking about doing at some point? Or did you just play with it and you're like, well, it's here, so maybe...
I was thinking about it. I didn't really want to kill the person, because if I kill the person, then it wastes a spell charge. And I'm trying to be, economical about it. And it just happened that, he got stoned. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it seemed to work out in your favor. It got you to do the 2 to 3-man strats and get your levels going a little faster.
Yeah, Dengwoo, he was right on your tail, man. You're like fiend for fiend at the Topher.
Yeah, by the time you were finishing up Fire, he was clearing through on Tiamat there, and he was actually a few seconds ahead, but you were a little more efficient going into Topher, and he did a bit more shopping, and you basically just commanded that straight.
Yeah, I kind of made a mistake on the carry. I got a little too showy there, trying to do the Quake strats, and almost cost me.
Hey,
and then
it may have almost cost you the race, but the chat was behind.
All for chat.
Gotta do those meme strats.
That's what it means to be Dang. You got to do those things that nobody else will do.
Well, Dengwoo, you did miss one thing that could have helped you over to finish the sea a little bit quicker. There was a Moss Moon boost in.
I think it was Earth 4 is where the Mazda was located.
Yeah, it's the only 4 chests with the bats in it that was before the stair.
Yeah, you were down the Mazamoon and you were down the ribbon, but you managed to pull this one through.
Yeah, I wasn't too comfortable with only one ribbon, but, sometimes you just gotta suck it up and hope that it works.
And I'm not critiquing anything you played, because you won and you did a great job. Just as an FYI to you, that second ribbon was apparently in key lock Topher.
And I almost went to go check that randomly, too.
Yeah, it's a hard gamble, because it's 3 chests that take a long time to get through, but sometimes they have something good, and in this case they have.
And yeah, Dengwoo, but FYI, Wolt gave me his strategy against you, which is he was going to try to pull either me or Wilkliosis strats for the race, but there's one thing that I did not explain to him, is sometimes the gambles will not favor you at all. You just don't know when to stop.
He tried the Bane strats on Chaos?
Worst. gamble on the chest that you won't normally check.
He took a few gambles, and he was doing a little treasure chest checking that we were wondering about. And I think he may have even tried a couple Bane strats at some of the fiends throughout. But he tried through a quick game. It's just I think that Ribbon was on the wrong night on his Chaos fight, and that was pretty much what took him out, because the Blaze seemed to do a lot of damage.
Well, Blaze is a skill, not a spell, so possibly that was the only way that he could possibly lose. Was like either he doesn't have the ribbon on the night, or worse, damage roll could be the issue.
Might have been a bit of both. But yeah, dang, you did a fantastic job on this one. GG.
Thank you very much. What level is his knight?
Right now, if I remember correctly, they're at like 20 to 21.
Yeah, he's at Lich right now, blasting through with a couple of heavy hits from his warriors. It's really hard to see exactly how much damage he's doing, but he's queuing up his attacks. I think he's going full bore on Lich this time because he doesn't want to see that nuclear. And chat's confirming it's like 20 or 21 here. Maybe when he levels up, we can see.
Yeah, and besides, Dengwoo, you did avoid the nuke from Lich, so you got lucky on that roll on the first fight.
Oof, and Lich just wiped out 3 of the rainbow right there. Nope, Lich took them all out. Lich is a bit of a gatekeeper this time.
That round 1 the Quake I got off seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, no kidding. That Quake probably saved you, because Lich here is not playing game.
Face it, Dengwoo, you really lucked out with that Quake when that landed.
Yeah, I think I got Lich 2, and Carry, I think.
Wote's not giving up. He's fighting like a madman already. So I'll give him mad props for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're this deep in. It's really hard to resist the urge to just try it for one more time and see if you can get.
Yeah, I think the only reason why I went as high as I did with my knight was because I had Excalibur. I wanted that extra swing at 29.
Well, and it's hard to debate because you managed to get through on your stuff and take out most of the guys, and obviously you didn't see the nuke from Lich, so your run was blue.
RNG just favored you, Dengwoo, like no end. I was pretty shocked. I thought RNG would get you at least one time.
Yeah, we were sitting here going, "There, Lich gets no respect. He's nothing," because you sent him right into the crack, and now we're seeing something a little. So, any final thoughts for you on your seed? Anything you liked? Anything else you wish?
I mean, I wish I had my ninja, because I have this tendency to always try and run from things, which hurts me. But you know, this was a lot of fun. It was very nerve-wracking too, because I'm like, I don't see him done yet, so I must not be too far behind. And like, as soon as I found Excalibur, I was like, all right, well, we're just going now.
Yeah, with how the key items fell, we were both assuming that, each of you were like, oh man, is the other one close to done? How far behind am I? Am I feeling the pressure? Did it feel like to you that you really had to compete, because at any time the Wote was gonna like come and finish it off just because of the key items and how it all?
Well, I felt like there was a couple in the beginning. I don't remember which key items, where like they could have changed which way people went, like which way he went compared to me, and I felt like maybe I had taken the necessary route to get like an early advantage, and then it was just following all the fetch quests because they were so available, and which then allowed me not to have to check so many chests. And then I ended up checking a lot of chests on another place where I shouldn't have, just because of how it went exactly, or what was available.
Yeah, we were commenting on that because you got the herb at one point, and then you flew off in the opposite direction, and we were both shocked because we were wondering why it was you were going there. And then after you hit Cardia and did a couple things, you swept back in and did a very efficient path through like the herb and a couple other things, and just picked up 1, 2, 3, and basically never had to go back to the Circle C again at that point. It was really well done. There was nice routing on that part.
Thanks, because I actually I remember that part too. Because I almost went a different location. I think it was the dwarves into herb or something like that, and then back into something else. It all like went perfectly together, and I just happened to choose the right.
It was so smooth. I was really impressed by it.
Yeah, I've never seen that routing that smooth in a long while. Dengwoo, I was pretty impressed. And Nuke just came out for Wote.
Again? Wow, that Lich is not playing.
Lich is out for blood.
He is.
This is the first time I've seen Lich saying, "Nope, I am denying your continuing."
That's like first turn Lich and then a quick follow up, and Lich is every time like, you are not passing me. I get disrespected too.
See, the problem is he's just not casting Quake. Like, if you're gonna take out Lich too, you know, you have to cast the Quake. You got to do the ultimate disrespect. You can't do the half-assed one or the half-butt one. You know, you gotta cast that.
Full butt or nothing.
That's right.
Well, that strategy seemed to play because it worked out well for. He's probably sitting there go, how did he get past the nuke?
I feel so bad for Woke right now. Like, my heart is going out for him right now. It's like, literally, this is bad.
But props to him for keep trying. I mean, it's what, 4 times now, and he's still going.
I bet you he's wondering I bet you, this is what I'm thinking in his mind right now. I wonder, he's thinking if Dengwoo actually picked up Expert or not.
Yeah, that could be possible, part of it.
But I gotta give both his props, man. He's becoming like me or Ray. Like, I will not die until I die.
Absolutely. You keep trying until you go. Come on, Wote, you can do it.
Please, Wote, for the love of chaos, just kill Lich.
He's taking this fight against the Earths. Oh, that's because they're unrunnable. Well, that sucks.
Well, what can you do? We didn't expect Earths to be runnable, anyways, because Nurse Cave, we didn't see any Earths at all.
That is true. We didn't really see much of them in the Earth Cave. Okay, now we're at Lich, and he's queuing up and trying to get ready for this. Looks like Lich just smacked at the Black Mage, so we're not getting a first turn nuke this time. Not from Lich, anyway. The Black Mage, though, is like, no, you're going to throw this at me, I'll throw it back at you.
Well, let's see what the second round queues up. Let's just hope it's not deja vu all over again.
And he's down with a 30 damage hit from the Red Mage. Wote has finally gotten past the Undead Gatekeeper.
Well, let's see what Carrie has, because we don't know what she's packing this time, except for, I believe, Nuclear, was it? Last time I remember.
I don't think Carrie had Nuclear. I think it was just Lich. I'm sorry, not Lich. Lich had the nuke, and Chaos had the nuke.
Well, you see Zakuma saying, no, we're just gonna let you go.
You didn't fight us before. Can't you fight us now?
Well, let's see what Carrie queues up right now, because we know how Carrie can hit hard with her arms.
Yep, she just dealt 204 damage right there to the fighter.
Wait a minute, does the fighter have the opal bracelet or the opal armor?
I'm not certain fighter has anything better than ice. I don't know what else. But he's taking his time to do some defense and some white shirts now, so he's not trying to let that happen again.
Oh, but the Zap Strat. Oh, there goes this black wizard. Goodbye.
He's good at holding up the ground. Let's just see if the rest of them can pull this. Fire 3 from Carry is easy to shrug off for the most part, although the Red Mage is on his knees, but Red Mage can die if necessary. Ooh, a second Fire 3 takes out that Red Mage. 4 hits from the fighter for 176 damage, finishes Carry off, and he's onto the seafloor.
And we know how Kraken Honda was hitting earlier already, so prepare for the worst.
But it just seemed like it was just hits. Kraken was beefy, and Cracky did a lot of damage for the hits that was pointing out, but it didn't really have any spells that we saw. He was just relying on like lit 2s in his arm, so if you can get your defense buffs up quick enough, you should be good to go on this one.
Unless you have that 1 in a million shot that Kraken will crit.
Yeah, but he's got some tasty mages up. Kraken's gonna go for them first.
Well, incoming Glance Bar Revolution.
The eyes across the room, that glance gets.
Man, Waters are saying, nope, we're not letting you go yet.
No, yeah. And they got the Red Mage that time.
But he has plenty of sauce, so he's okay to go.
Oh yeah, and he's powering through. He's just steps away from Master of Arms at this.
Well, Kraken fight, here we go. Interesting move, because he just queued up his Black Wizard to do heal staff strats.
And Kraken's like, nope, you want to put you in the front, I'm going to take out your Red Mage instead.
That is not a good sign. Especially Red Mage is kind of necessary.
Yeah, Red Mage had some important spells on him, and without that around... And there goes the Black Mage to a Bane from Kraken. Had we seen that Bane before?
Yes, we have. Dengwoo lost his Black Wizard to it last time.
Okay. So yeah, it's white shirts and defense sword right now.
And
I think I saw Kraken miss.
Yeah, so it's basically a Moss Moon Fire doing the work.
Mm-hmm. 104 damage, so yeah, Kraken is definitely a high evade. Half the time, Mouse is not even getting through now. This is that instance. This is the instance where the Power Gauntlet would have been good because that raises your accuracy, doesn't
it? It does. No, a Power Bomb actually increases damage. Oh,
I thought the Saber spell did both like increased damage and accuracy.
It's not accuracy. It's just weapon stronger.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, Kraken took out the White Mage there, but he's not able to quite touch the fighter, so it's hope you can do enough damage with your sword before Kraken comes out with enough spells, because Kraken does love bringing out that Lit 2.
Well, Lit 2 is not a big issue, unless his arms are like, oh, there goes Kraken.
Yeah, but it's chip damage over time. You don't want to let it get it on that long. But yeah, Kraken is down, so he's reviving his White Mage. White Mage brings back the Red Mage and the Black Mage, and then will heal themselves up. And that leaves 2 Fiends to go. Tiamat and the big Gatekeeper right there of Chaos.
Because we know what Gatekeeper Chaos is packing.
At least one nuclear that we saw.
Well, he can run from these worms. They're not an issue.
But the tasty meat.
But they're not that good in the EXP. Oh, and I know what Wote's doing. He's gonna bring out everything to the table for this fight. Well, the defense in the white shirt's been gone off. Here comes the fade blasting and the nukes.
All 4 party members are still alive, so Tiamat isn't pulling her trick this time around. Did I just see a heal pot get queued up?
Yep, he just put the drink strats on.
Oh no, I think they went back to items then. We got a nuke and a white shirt in the defense, trying to keep the fighter up front to soak the damage. And yeah, another lit 2, so both Tiamat and Kraken seem to love their lit 2s. Fighter comes in, 4 hits, 49 damage. That's not going to do the... well, it did. Never mind. I was about to say, that's not going to do anything, but apparently it was enough.
So basically, just paper Tiamat too.
Paper Tiamat. Get through the Nightmare and the Badman, and then have to try and run away from some ambush airs. You know, you can't hear the air coming. It's sneaky.
God damn, man, you had to put that last pun.
I make no apologies.
Okay, come on, Wote. You got this.
You got this, Wote. Come on.
Let's
Chaos
do
ain't
this.
nothing.
Cat, get your RNGs up for Wote because he's gonna need it for chaos.
Bless this fight.
Smart move by Wote, putting the black mage in front since he's the lowest level.
Oh yeah, he saw what Chaos was pumping out before, and Chaos was actually, I think, hitting pretty decent. So totally got to get the less useful members up front, and they can soak some of that so the fighter can last maybe through that extra nuclear that's going to come out.
Well, don't forget, Nuclear and Blaze are in Chaos's lineup, so we don't know what else could be hiding in the script.
Yeah, because it was the Blaze that finished off the fighter after all of that.
Well, Timber went off. Blizzard came out.
Blizzard. Yep, and then the Temper and a defense sword. So fighter is decently buffed. He's got his defense up. He's got his tempers. Yeah, because that's the thing, though. You can raise all the defense you want, but you got to get through this chaos before he brings out all of his skills and spells, because he's packing a lot, and you can't dodge the...
Ooh, 309. There goes the Black Wizard.
Just keeping that floor safe once again.
At
Fade
this
from
rate,
the Red Mage.
just go DPS.
There it is. Nuclear takes out the White Mage, but the Red Mage is still on one knee. He is still alive out there. 72 damage from the fighter. That is not going to do the trick. He needs to get something more out there. Blaze just pinks off the fighter's armor. Was that 3 hits for 37?
87.
87. Still, that's not great. 3 for 272. That's a bit better. And Chaos misses with the hit. You need to see more of those hits. Hold A to win. Oh, back. Oh, if that's the same Blizzard as before, Chaos does not. Oh!
Nuclear just denied him.
So we can now say Excalibur is greater than Masa?
Wow. That is rough right there. I mean, credit to Wote for trying again, but that Chaos is mean.
So we know he has double nuclear in his arsenal. And double Blizzard.
Well, because it's a Blizzard, Nuclear, and then Blaze, and then he went back to Blizzard and then another Nuclear. I'm wondering if he just only has 3 skills, and he's a high chance to use his skills and no spells to go along with it.
Well, according to Q, he said there could be a short skill list.
Yeah. I'm thinking it might just be 3.
But man, Blizzard, Nuclear, and Blaze? Jeez.
So dang, once again, you were lucky.
I had Excalibur.
Excalibur for the win.
That's right.
Looks like Wote is going to take his time and do some grinding now.
That is not a bad move, to be honest. I think
Not
he
at this
might...
point.
Oh, I know why. Hello, Gurmadusas. Let's grind to level 25, possibly.
Gurmadusas are delicious high-level popcorn. Kiyu pointing out in the chat that Dang did have more levels. Yeah, as you said, or as you showed us, that Agama grind there apparently paid off because your fighter was doing much better. More hits, more health, more soak.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable with Excalibur at 24, 25, so I went for that extra hit.
Yeah, what did you take your fighter up to?
I went to 29.
It's a good number for that. Yeah, it seemed to pay off because you were plowing through the fiends that he's suffering with. Plus, of course, that.
Well, we all can say this, that the strats of Dengwoo paid off in the end.
And for once, they might have actually paid off instead of hampering me or hindering me.
Yeah, no, those meme strats seem to do the trick this time.
And don't forget that, whatchamacallit, Wote took so many gambles early on this whole...
Sometimes those gambles pay off, though.
But this time around, Lich and Chaos says nope. I wonder if he does have exit on his knight, though. That's what I'm wondering. Well, we're still in grinding mode for Wote.
I mean, I can't blame him for that. It's not exactly something that we want like chat too much about unless you've got some Gurmadusa and Rock Goal facts. But I can't think of anything else. He's got to raise those levels and get himself to a point where he can take out Chaos and Lich without any trouble.
Yeah, because like right now I have no facts even on Earth as well. Except for Earth is supposed to stay in the Earth, not outside the Earth crust.
Yeah, that's the problem with this area is because of those Earths, you get slowed down sometimes, especially when they're unrunnable like these.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how many levels will Wote grind to. I'd say grind to 25 at least. Because
Oh, absolutely.
Otherwise, you're gonna get nuked to nuclear or blaze even from chaos to knock you out cold.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna recharge. He's going to the end, I believe.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to get your spell charges back up so you can try and get in this again. Hopefully, he's got what he needs this.
Let's see if he goes straight to Lit. Oh, after he gets ambushed by these zombies, which is nothing. Is he still grinding?
He might be. He might want all the levels he can get.
Yeah, he's grinding. He's going back to the counter, the blank room of I will grind till I need my levels to be high enough.
Okay, so while this is his grind is going on, we've got a few things coming up later on this week on the Speed Gaming Network that I'll quickly read off for all of our fans here in the chat and watching the videos right now. Tomorrow, we have 3 matches going on at 6:30, 8 p.m., and 9 p.m. over on the Speed Gaming Network. Those are Kiyu versus Duging MacGyver, Arson Horse versus Edgeworth, and Captain Nerd 2 versus Synth, respectively. 2 matches are coming up the next day, Thursday, April 11th at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Again, that's going to be on Speed Gaming. Rumblefish82 is taking on Sonny Raft, followed by Asher1611 versus St. Von Jester. And then on Saturday, we've got April 13th, 2 p.m. is Braxos Muse versus Len the Cat. And then 5 p.m., Tyrannex versus Tristal MTG over on the Speed Gaming Network.
Oh boy. We might see Wote's last run because we're running out of time, actually, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was worried about that. This might be the last that we can broadcast here, and then we may have to switch over to another channel for some other race to take.
Yeah, this is basically Wote's possibly on-air last chance to see if he gets through Chaos or not.
Okay, if you guys are following along here, it does look as though Will Cleosis behind the scenes is arranging to find a host for this so that we can continue the match here. But we are going to do our own wrap-up here at this point. Kyton, do you want to take...
I would like to thank Randomizer for hosting this race. I would like to thank my partner Dark Moon for commentating with me. I'll thank our trackers, Slick Fingers, and our restreamer Q. So, any last words from you, Dark Moon, before we wrap this up?
This has been quite enjoyable for my first time announcing on one of these races. I want to thank everyone out there, thank the chat, thank all the fans here that have been watching the video, and everyone that's going to come by and watch later on YouTube. It's great to be part of this community, and I'm really glad to be here. Thanks to our tracker Slick and our restreamer Q, and Kyton, thanks to you as well. This has been a great time.
With that said, since we are about to, I believe we're about to go right now, right, the Dark Moon?
Any second now, yeah.
Okay, in that case, everyone, good fight, good night, and may your moves be excellent. See you in the next race.
Dengwoo and GG's to Wote when he sees this, and thanks,
and everyone randomly here, good night, and have a great race.
Come on, Wote, you got this.
And I believe we are... Oh, we're actually gonna host, Wote. Okay, we're still live, man. Darkmoon, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm still keeping an eye on this race until they take over from us.
Yeah, and, according to Zarya, if this race doesn't get super done, actually, we're going to be hosting Randomizer 3, which is, let me double check what's going on right now.
Yeah, they'll transfer us over, and they'll make sure that we know before we switch off, and either we'll stick around for this one on a different channel, or we'll they'll have someone to help cover at the end. So it's not a big deal, but want to make sure that Wote gets the coverage he needs to finish out his race, because he's still trying, and credit to him for that. He's working his way through the Earth floor right now. Gonna go look at the undead gatekeeper one more time. Zordia confirming that it does look like we're going to be over on Randomania 3 with this, if this continues onward.
Yes, indeedy, because Randomania 3, I believe it's a... Rewind. Grind City again? Or are we on the Earth floor right now with Wote?
Yeah, we're on the Earth floor. He's taking out Gurmadusas right now because you can't pass up that tasty experience. But he steps away from Lich 2 right now. He'll be there soon. And yeah, if you're catching this right now on the Twitch stream, Zardia's made sure that the link is posted above so you can get over to Randomania 3 so you can finish watching this out and see all the great action that Wote's continuing to give us as he tries to take out this gatekeeper who just won't say no.
Let's see what Lich is giving us. Lich is giving us fire too, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm after seeing everything else he can do, I'll take a fire too.
Just please, no more nukes, Lich. We gotta get through this.
One day. It's moments like this where you really wish Quad X would work against the And there it goes. There's that nuke off again. Third turn from the look of it. Oh, and it's just the fighter left. But he got through it. He's the Lich is down. Fighter is still alive with 130.
Wow, that is insane right now.
Yeah, but when your fighter has life, you don't need anything more than that. Doing a quick heal up, getting the rest of his party revved, and then bringing his fighter up to full health. And now he's out onto the fire floor to take care of Carrie.
Or we can call Carrie by her later translated versions, Merilith.
I can never remember that. Carrie's written on the screen. She's going to be Carrie for the rest of my life.
Well, let's see what Carrie does this time around, because Carrie was not packing heat that much compared to the other fiends.
She wasn't. It looked like she could hit hard, but she really couldn't do that much because she hasn't been managed to take any of them. And I want to give an extra thanks to Will and Zars in the background trying to get this race going over on Randomania 3. Thanks to you guys for continuing to support this.
Yeah, and for those who want to join our Discord, we have the links there to join our Discord if you want to learn this game. Because this whole community is very friendly. We will help you to get going on this randomizer as fast as we can.
So we're going to stick with Wote on this dive, and then if he wipes out here at some point, we're going to switch over to Randomania 3 so you can keep up with him. And then I think Legend of Zelda is coming up here on this channel if I'm reading the chat right from Zar.
Yeah, because Randomania 3 also has Zelda as well, so we'll switch that if both gets wiped out either by any of the fiends or chaos at this rate.
Yeah, Will's going to get a chance to finish this out if he wants it, so full coverage for him as needed. But he's making good time. He's almost up to Kraken for another shot at the Master of Art.
Yeah, it looks like oof, his fighter's low health though. But he has to heal right now before tackling
he stopped at the right
Master
spot.
Kraken.
That's an important skill to learn, is remembering where that tile is so that you hit Kraken, because all the bosses here are trap tiles. So if you don't know where they are and you miscount and you land on the boss, you're going to have to fight it with whatever health you have, which is something I still struggle. We got tempers going on the fighter. And a bit of stutter, so I didn't catch that. White shirt. That was 2 tempers, it looked like. And then Kraken hits, of course, hard, because he's got 8 arms, and he knows what he's doing. White shirt comes out. Temper goes on the fighter. Looks like everything else came out properly, so we're queuing up another round.
Well, the red mage is on Stun City, so
that's only Kraken... 3 people, yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget that Kraken is Paratouch, so... Well, there goes
doesn't matter if you're paralyzed or not when you're dead. Black Mage does what Black Mage does best. You're saying?
It could technically just waste a turn, because remember, that the cure thing still goes off even if you're dead.
Yeah.
Nice fade damage. There goes the red mage.
Two of the mages down. But all you need is a fighter to get through this, because he has the life charges. Just gotta hope you got enough defense there with the defense sword. Fighter takes out 2 hits for, I think I saw 248. Another run for 2 hits. 448, good. So the 281 takes through, and even though Kraken is beefy, he can't survive that much. So there goes the fighter taking up that life once again, and then White Mage will do what the White Mage does best and bring everyone back.
Now it's all down to Master Tiamat. Or so I say Mistress Tiamat, because I forgot Tiamat's a girl in this game.
It's so hard to keep track of that here, because, like, if you run through D&D and other stuff, some of these monsters are one gender, and here they're a different one, and it's difficult. The only one I know for sure is Carrie, because she definitely looks like...
Yeah, especially Merilith's always been female, but Tiamat is definitely a girl too, because I remember, because I ran the 5th edition of the game, it is confirmed that it is a girl.
Okay, well, there we go at that point then. Tiamat comes out with a lit 2, takes a nuke back to the face. White shirt goes out for the party.
Of course, you want to keep that also important evade situation.
Yeah, I'm not certain if the fighter used the defense or something that time around because I didn't see it happen, but he came out with 5 hits for something and then a fade for 130. Red Mage goes down from Tiamat. I'm assuming that was just a straight smack to the face. 5 hits for 160, I think, and then a tornado comes out. Yeah, that's rough. I don't think we saw that before. Boy. No. I mean, it's nice to know that Chaos doesn't have it, but I think we pretty much could determine what Chaos's kill list is. A Lit 2 is not going to do anything. Fire 2 is not going to do anything.
It's do or die for Wote at this race. Stop for Tiamat.
Stop missed. That's lucky. 5 hits for 148. Bane comes out, doesn't do anything. There's another free round there. And Tiamat's down for something amount of damage. Running away from the Badman and the Nightmares again. I think he's on the same monster seed from the looks of it. So,
well, here we go. Do or die, Wote.
Come on, you got this, man. You can do it while we're still on Randomania 2. Give us the closeout that we all desperately want.
Get hype, everyone, folks. This is Wote's final chance to get through.
Chaos hype here. Come on.
Come on, Wote. Don't fail us right now.
You can do this. We're all giving you our support.
Someone cue the Dragon Ball final moment against Majin Buu, please.
Looks like he's moving around his equipment, making sure his fighter has the ribbon, all the important ones. Fighter and Red Mage look to be ribbon. Giving the Red Mage the Sun Sword so he can do extra damage. Also moving the Bane over. I guess he's going to try some Bane strats if he gets desperate, because, oh, let's be honest, that Bane, the skills that Chaos has are rough at this point. Getting his buffs queued up, getting his characters good in position. But he's going to have to do that damage quick, because, like, with the skills that Chaos has, if you don't take him out fast, he's going to knock you down.
Oh, Chaos has Poison Touch.
That's just insult to injury there. That's not right.
What is this game here? I'm serious,
Amazing.
what
That's
is...
what it is. So he's still buffed now. Looks like his tempers are still going out. He's got the right idea there. You got to put as much damage into that. Looks like he misclicked and tried to queue up his ribbon instead of a Bane Sword or something else. So that was a missed turn on the fighter right there. Might be his nerves are getting the best of him.
No, I think he was trying to queue up
the defense, I think.
Yeah, defense sword.
Yeah. But he pushed over one and the ribbon came out instead.
Nuke City from the Red Mage.
As Tardia points out, he waves his ribbon at Chaos as a taunt.
You don't taunt Chaos? Come on.
He did it. He counted to Chaos. What are you going to do about it? Chaos smacks the White Mage and takes him down, and Nuke Cast comes out. Although I didn't manage to see what the damage was on that.
Nuclear comes out.
Nuclear we were worried about. Another nuke for 138 against Chaos. 6 hits for 892. He's doing the damage he needs now.
Come on.
That was a huge hit. Looks like he queued up a fade, which I didn't. 125, and then a blaze. Blaze is nothing with those ribbons on, though. 6 hits for 6 something, I think.
Come on, Wote. You got this.
That's a free turn, followed by a fade, and 5 hits for something.
And
Chaos is down. Nicely done. You don't have to move randomly through it. There you go. Whoa. GG's to Wote right there. Whoa. Congrats to that.
Whoa. That was insane.
Make sure to follow your runners. Links are provided in the chat. Wote and Dengwoo, you both did a fantastic job.
Thank you very much. I have to disagree, but thank you very much.
Dude, there was nothing to do with that lich. That was rough.
Oh yeah, no, to hell with that lich.
Not to rub salt in your wound, but Dang didn't see anything that lich had. He got a first turn quake and blasted through it.
Yeah, I figured that he must have just, like, immediately annihilated that lich. Like...
He did. He did.
Because
So,
if you didn't immediately annihilate that Lich, it got revenge for all the speed bump joke.
No, yeah, he was not doing anything. He was like, you guys have made me a joke for too long. We are blasting you this time.
Yeah.
So, aside from that Temple of Fiends, which seemed to get a little away from you.
One moment. I just realized that I'm going to be looping audio. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still good. Anyway, fire away.
Okay, so aside from that kind of awful Temple of Fiends where it seemed to get a little away from you there, what did you think of the seed up till that?
Oh, that was fun. And the thing is like, that Temple of Fiends was exactly the gamble that I knew I was taking with my strategy. Like, it's one of those things where either I can skate through it with, level 21 and below characters, or it beats me up 6 times in a row. But let that be a lesson to everyone. No one kills Wote's party 7 times in a row.
I think that was what, your 6th dive and you managed to get it through?
It was either 6th or 7th. I lost count. But yeah, it was one of those things like, it probably have only been like 4 dives, but the way that stupid frickin' Lich kept killing me.
Yeah.
It was one of the few dives to find out that Chaos was super beefy.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those things I figured, well, maybe I can get through this without fast, and it turns out that no, I couldn't. And unfortunately, Fax was the one who had spent the most time in the dirt, so...
Yeah,
that was fun.
That was a bit rough, and it seemed like it started so well for both of you, because that Marsh Cave was honestly pretty nice to you guys.
Yeah. No, it was one of those things, like, outside of Topher just being a little beefier than my strategy really allows for, yeah, no, that was a pretty good seat. So, did Deng find the power block anyway?
No, we have no clue where it was. We'd probably have to go to the spoiler log after this to find.
Alright, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that was like, I wonder where that was. Dragon armor would have been nice to find. But...
And yeah, neither of you guys had that either. Basically, the only difference between your build-outs was you found the Maza and Dengwoo ran past it. That was it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I generally try to avoid going too far off my course in, like, the Fiend dungeons, unless, like, I'm forced to because I can't actually get into Topher or into one of the other dungeons. But those 5 chests in Earth 4 have burned me enough times to where it's just like, I'll grab these on the way down.
Made sense that time. It seemed to work out.
Yeah, it's one of those things, they just tend to be chests that, if nothing else, it's a relatively fast check, all things considered, so I went with it.
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely. So any final thoughts from you before we pass it off to the next crew?
I mean, whoever I draw next week as my opponent in the 0-1 bracket, I'm going to do the same thing. So, if you want to know how to beat me, just figure out the counterplay to that.
Just don't forget that Quake against Lich, because that seemed to be the downfall right there.
I mean, that was a lucky shot, to be completely honest. Like, that's not guaranteed to be a turn 1 maneuver, so it's one of those things where it's like, yeah. I mean, he would have won that anyway, just because I did not have the levels to take that chaos down, but...
Dengwoo is throwing shade at you in the chat over that. Well, it was a good race.
You promised me a sub 3, and you lied to me. You lied hard.
It was a good race from both of you. I mean, aside from that couple of things, and as you say, if the Quake hadn't gone off, there's a good chance both of you could have been beating yourself against that Lich for a while.
Yeah, well, in any case, I'll go ahead and get out of here and go take my lumps in the Discord voice chat. But thanks for commentating, guys, and thanks for the reshoot.
Thank you, Wote. GG.
GG.
With that note, any final words, Dark Moon, before we sign off?
I mean, we did our coverage and our end speech already, so I'm good. I'm going to leave it to you, Chitin.
With that note, everyone, I have to say, I bid you adieu. Good night, good fight, and see you on the next race.
Thanks,
GG, everyone.
Randomania. Thanks to our restreamer. Thanks to our tracker, Kiyu and Slick Fingers, respectively, out of Dark Moon. This is Chitin. Thanks, guys.